So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now listen, man, I know summer is here. It's here. It's that time of the year. You ready to travel? But gas prices might have you a little down about traveling. It might have you second guessing your summer plans, you know, to that favorite family getaway destination, somewhere nice with the clear water, which is my spot right there. Clearwater, Florida, that's my spot right there, man. Y'all better know. Y'all heard me mention it before, but I ain't gonna lie, man. There's been a couple reports talking about gas prices could see $6 at some point this year in the near future. That got you kind of weighing your plans out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But nah, we still gonna have a good time, man. It's just something we gotta deal with. But anyway, this video here, man, is the 15 rarest places on earth that are extremely clean. Now, we might not have heard of some of these destinations, and we may see them and may want to put them on our list to travel to, all right? So we're gonna check it out. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, all right? Join the fam, and here we go.
While the world seems to be getting dirtier, the places on our list today have remained mostly pure for millions of years.
Pure, but they use the word pure when it comes to clean.
How?
Sitting out here, lying with your eyes up, is unsurpassable.
Whether it's a river so clean it's like boating on glass, or a barren desert turned flowering oasis overnight, here are 15 of the rarest places on earth that are extremely clean.
That really did look like he was like cruising on glass. That water was that clear.
Number 15. Dauki River, India. Imgat River in Meghalaya is impressive, even just to look at. The crystal clear waters of the river put the river bottom on display for all to observe. It flows through Dauki, a small town in the East Jantia Hills district near the Bangladesh border. The water is so clear and clean here that tourists often claim it's like you're flying above the ground. You can look below and see the ground, but you're high above it. I've seen crystal clear water.
That's gotta be easy fishing for him, for just to go through the water and be like, nah, I don't see no fish here, let's keep moving. Instead of the murky water where you sitting there for hours, ain't got a bite because you didn't know it's no fish in the area. That's gotta be easy.
Before, but nothing like this. A suspension bridge located over the Imgat River, the Dauki Bridge, is positioned just so tourists and locals can gaze upon its natural beauty and the surrounding landscape that complements the whole picture. This river is a magical place and should be experienced by all. To see nature in its purest form, undiluted by human population, is a testament to the beauty and majesty nature has to offer. You want to know a little secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly.
Exactly. Hit that like button, subscribe.
Number 14. Son Doong Cavern, Vietnam. The world's biggest cave just got bigger. A secret underwater passage has been discovered that connects two of Vietnam's largest cave systems together, effectively creating a giant one. Vietnam cave tunnels are some of the most extensive and complicated in the world, partly because of their landscape's natural formation and partly because of their massive excavations during the Vietnam War. Troops easily moved beneath the feet of the opposing soldiers without them having a clue. The soldiers didn't need to do much excavation of their own, as the country is riddled with massive natural cave systems that stretch nearly the country's entire length. This cave has long been cherished for its natural beauty and soul-fulfilling allure. It's not—
What's in there? Oh, nah, I'm good. Just show me the area view, bro. You going in there? I'll wait till you come out. Who with me? I'm part of the I'll wait till you come out crew. Go on there and see what you want to see, but I'm gonna sit right here.
now become a place of great mystery and exploration for scientists and divers alike. I'm all for open ocean diving, but diving into the pitch black, swirling tunnels that run like veins through the earth is something I'll leave to the professionals.
Thanks.
Number 13, the Isle of Wight, Scotland. When you first take a look at the Isle of Aig, you might not suspect a ton of technology, cities, or electricity. Still, this little island is leading the world in electricity. 1.3 billion people in the world still live without electricity, and the Isle may hold the key to bringing a widespread solution to it all. Primarily because of that fragility, the tiny island, 15 miles west of the mainland, has learned how to be self-sufficient, especially when it comes to their energy. In 2008, the island became the world's first community to launch an off-grid electric system powered by nature, wind, water, and solar. A group of residents on the island taught themselves how to do it, and now it's a dedicated team that maintains its power. Before this grid, all residents relied on noisy diesel generators, which is terrible for the environment.
That's amazingly loud. You can hear the force being generated by that water rushing down.
Their dedication to knowledge and building a prosperous society was the key to their success, and we should all learn a lesson from the people of Aig. Number 12. Grasslands National Park, Canada. Grasslands National Parks are all about grass. Not the kind people mow on their lawns. This park has over 70 types of grass and 50 wildflowers. It's all part of their unique ecosystem.
It's crazy. I never stopped to think about the different types of grass. I just to hear 70 types makes me think, okay, now how many types of grass could there possibly be? But that's straight. I never really thought about that. I know there's a few that you hear about growing up when you see people that are just overly like particular about their grass. The people that wake up, you see them outside with the hose watering their grass. You get ready to go to bed, they're outside watering their grass. They don't want you to step on their grass. They let you know it's like a few types, but 70, I had no clue.
It's aptly named grasslands. Prairies are wide open spaces where grass, rather than trees, are the dominant plant life for miles upon miles. These mile-long vistas have to be observed in person. There's just no way to capture the scale without being there. These lands are home to various gorgeous animal life, including birds of prey, rodents, and cattle. The lands are protected because many farmers use the lands to let their cattle roam free and feed them. The fact that these national lands are being shared with its people make it all the more beautiful. In the US, using national lands in this manner would end up with a quick trip to prison or a hefty fine. Number 11. Lapland, Finland. Finland has turned one of the most remote places on Earth into a gorgeous tourist attraction. Thanks to Finland's excellent infrastructure, the world could learn from their great Wi-Fi and social programs. They thrive. These communities rely on tourism, ski resorts, fishing, agriculture, and farming. They aren't often associated with their access to the internet, but in Finland, they wanted to make sure there was no reason anyone wouldn't want to visit the majestic fjord. I mean, the temperatures can plunge to negative 50 degrees Celsius, and the snow can build up to 90 centimeters. Still, grandparents and children alike navigate the well-lit ski paths and well-bound hiking trails that run beside the roads. Life is very much up to the weather, say locals. Laplanders live in such a close connection with nature.
Oh, that just showed you how cold it is right there. You see how thick that ice was?
And animals because they're all deeply codependent. This type of mentality and thinking should be more prevalent in all of us. Number 10. Southern Antarctica, the world's cleanest air. Scientists believe they've identified the world's cleanest air, free from particles caused by human activity, located over the Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica.
Makes sense because not much human activity there. It's not much pollution. You know what I mean? No factory, not all that type of stuff that we have to endure every day. So yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
In a first-of-its-kind study, researchers from Colorado State University identified an atmospheric region that remains unchanged by humans. Weather and climate are closely linked. The entire world is connected by climate, sure as veins running through our bodies, connecting each part of the world with other regions. As climate change hastens, researchers struggle to find a corner of the Earth unaffected by people. This fact alone proves that humans have drastically altered our climate. All save for one corner of the world where it's so cold and barren it's uninhabitable for humans. Makes sense why the air is so clear there. To help give you a sense of how it all works, air pollution is caused by aerosols, solid and liquid and gas particles suspended in the air.
According to scientists, the air remains unchanged by human activity.
Researchers found that the Southern Ocean's boundary layer air is free from aerosol particles produced by human activity, typically found when burning fossil fuels, planting certain crops, fertilizers, or waste. This test can now be the foundation at which we try to achieve globally. Number 9. Daintree National Park, Australia. Check this, the 1,200 square kilometers of Australia's largest rainforest, Daintree, has a more significant range of flora and fauna and rare or threatened species than anywhere else on Earth. Due to significant deforestation and rapid weather change, the dense population of wildlife that lives there is ever struggling to make ends meet. A suspected 430 species of bird live in that area, including 13 unique species found nowhere else. If these birds perish in the rapid environmental changes, I'm afraid that they'll be extinct. There are many fascinating traits associated with Daintree. For instance, the rainforest is over 135 million years old. It's the oldest in the world. The landscape is truly unique globally, and it's the only place that can make you feel like you traveled through time to a place without humans, where wildlife runs absolutely free. Apart from flora and fauna, there are hiking trails, scenic lookouts, camping sites, swimming holes, and a selection of eco-friendly accommodations. Didn't bring a picnic? No problem. It also offers cafes and restaurants specializing in local delicacies. Number 8. Fiordland, New Zealand. This southwestern corner of New Zealand is home to some of the most hostile and breathtaking landscapes on the planet. There are a few places in the world whose beauty can be captured in a photograph. Even though it still doesn't do the site justice, Fiordland, New Zealand is one of those rare places. Just take a look at its majesty for yourself. This place is surreal in the breadth and scale of beauty you can find in its landscapes. The famed author of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe, Douglas Adams, said it best of this natural wonder: Fiordland is one of the most astounding pieces of land anywhere on God's earth, and one's first impulse, standing on the clifftop surveying it all, is simply to burst into spontaneous applause. Sometimes humans can't understand the beauty in art, but we can feel it, we can sense it, even if we don't understand its real source.
Even though that boat made me a little nervous right there. Remember that rock fall that went viral, and the people were cruising beside, and that huge rock came off, broke apart and fell into the water, killing a few people? That's what I instantly thought of right here. Don't get me wrong, this is probably one of the best views in the world. Right there at that huge waterfall, everything just looks like amazing, super Kodak moment, but I'd be so hesitant to get close to that wall.
Beauty in art, but we can feel it, we can sense it, even if we don't understand its real source. The landscape at Fiordland evokes this feeling in the picture alone. Just imagine what it would be like standing along its blood-red beaches. Number 7. Singapore, the world's cleanest city? Singapore is notoriously clean. Walking down its clean streets is impressive if you've ever walked through any dirty city. There is a catch. With extreme cleanliness comes excessive regulation. Even spitting on the street in Singapore could leave you with a hefty fine. Let's not even get into spitting gum. You're talking prison time. It isn't just
prison time for spitting out your gum. How y'all feel about that? Because I know it's going to be some people be like, yep, that's exactly what they get. I'm tired of stepping on something in my clean shoes, and the bottom of my shoes step on some gum and mess up my shoes, or you're just tired of your city looking dirty and dingy because people won't throw their stuff in the trash. They just throw it on the ground. Some people going to feel like that's a bit much for jail time, for gum. How y'all feel? That's insane.
This cleanliness the city is after, however. Though its cleanliness has become part of its touristy allure, it is also the greenest city in Asia. Though their regulations may be strict, they're running clean, renewable energy with a population dedicated to conserving. That makes Singapore one of the leading countries or city-states in the world when it comes to green energy. The rest of the world should take note. What it ultimately comes down to is human participation. If we don't participate in the green initiative as a people, we're all doomed to fail.
Singapore's 5.6 million people enjoy one of the highest average incomes in the world.
Number 6. Haleakala Summit.
Anybody want to move to Singapore with me? Highest payment. Let's hear her say that again.
To fail.
Singapore's 5.6 million people enjoy one of the highest average incomes in the world.
average income. Not the highest, just the highest average income.
Number 6.
That's all I'm saying.
Haleakala Summit, Hawaii. Visiting Haleakala, Maui's most massive volcano in the Hawaiian Islands, feels like an exercise in sensory deprivation. Turns out that is actually a type of therapy, because now we have sensory deprivation chambers that you can pay to participate in. A desolate expanse of twisted, dried lava surrounds the mount. Inside the crater, the silence is absolute. Not a breath of wind, not the chirp of an insect, no birds flying overhead. You hear that drumming? It's just your heart beating louder than anything else. In 2008, National Park Service acoustic experts found that the Haleakala crater's ambient sound levels were near the very threshold of human hearing. There's barely an audible tone. Around 1 million people a year visit the park to visit the legendary dormant volcano, many of whom also ascend to its highest point, Haleakala's 10,000-foot summit. The volcano is so massive it makes up 75% of the entire island of Maui. Observing this majestic piece of history is like observing the raw beginning of world making. Number 5. The Atacama Desert, Chile. The Atacama Desert is one of the driest places on Earth, yet it plays host to one of the most dazzling spectacles of nature. Did you know that flowers can bloom even in the driest regions? If you said no, you'd generally be right, but something spectacular happens when conditions are just right. The Atacama is the expected location for one of the most colorful and beautiful phenomena that we know of. Overnight, this desert can transform from a sparse desert into an otherworldly oasis of color. Heavy rainfall in mid-August is often to blame. Can you imagine that transition? Imagine waking up in a place that transformed overnight. This periodic phenomenon in Chile is known locally as Desierto Florido, or the flowering desert. This kind of event only happens every 5 to 7 years, if they're lucky. It can occur in any desert around the globe, but none so prevalent as the Atacama. The technical term for this occurrence is superbloom. Though superblooms do occur in the Atacama, this instance was not one of them. They had just experienced a superbloom a few months past. This most recent one occurred right on its heels. It's hard to deny the beauty one might feel when looking upon the millions of neon-colored desert flowers stretching for miles. Number 4. Point Nemo. There is one spot in the ocean furthest away from any stretch of land. Since its official title is a mouthful, it's been nicknamed Point Nemo, after author Jules Verne's famous anti-hero Captain Nemo, who appears in his famous novels 20,000 Leagues Under the Seas and The Mysterious Island. The name means no one in Latin, which fits a place so rarely visited by people. It's located off the coast of 3 distant islands. It's so far from land that the nearest humans are often astronauts. For real, the International Space Station orbits the Earth at a maximum of 258 miles. Meanwhile, the nearest inhabited landmass to Point Nemo is over 1,700 miles away. That quickly puts our astronaut brothers on the space station closer to the location. What a fantastic facet to think about of our world. Not even the men who discovered its location has visited it. Because it's located in what's been described as the least biologically active region of the world ocean, scientists were surprised in 1997 when they detected one of the loudest noises ever recorded near the pole. To this day, experts haven't a clue as to what could have caused it. Number 3. Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia.
What y'all think could have caused that noise? Y'all think I'd be just looking for any opportunity to speak about Megalodon, right? I do. So what? I do.
Number 3. Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. During Soviet times, the peninsula was closed to both Russians and foreigners due to security reasons and has only just been reopened to the general public 15 years ago. Now is the time to go to this incredible force of nature. Without exaggeration, Kamchatka is one of the most spectacular regions globally. You have to see this place to believe it. A place dubbed the land of ice and fire can't be anything other than that, right? This open-air ecological museum covers 470,000 square kilometers, has 5 national parks, 17 state animal areas, and 170 unique treasures, all provided by Mother Nature herself. It has active, boiling hot springs and waterfalls, blossoming meadows emerging from dense snowfields, and stone sculptures created by volcanic eruptions of twisting, curving lava flows. There are colors unimagined present here and can only be described as fascinating. Once again, I'll say it, you have to see this place to believe it. Only after can we understand what colors and what natural beauty the earth has hidden from us. The land is virtually untouched and has been so for over 50 million years. This purity has allowed nature to run unchecked in the region and allows for some fantastic environmental research. There are, and counting, 414 glaciers, 116 dormant, and 29 active volcanoes in its expanse. While some are open for tours, others are just too dangerous. Number 2, Blue Lake, New Zealand. The local name for this lake is Rotorua Whenua, or
Like you could literally, it looked like you could literally take a glass, scoop the water up, and see clear through the glass still, fam. Look at that water, bro.
Blue Lake. It's currently the world record holder for the clearest freshwater lake on Earth. Located in Nelson Lakes National Park in New Zealand, Blue Lake has a recorded depth visibility of up to 260 feet. That means this water is of the same clearness requirement as distilled water. That's an incredible feat of natural beauty and wonder. The lake is always...
Would you drink it though? Even though them telling you that, would you drink it? Would you chance it? Nah, not me neither.
It's a crisp cold ranging from 41 to 46 degrees Celsius, another remarkable unique trait held by the mystical Blue Lake. Regarded as sacred by the local indigenous tribe, these waters are off limits to swimmers. The tribe wants to keep the lake as pure as possible.
Yeah, they don't want your dirty bodies getting in there. What's wrong with y'all?
Blue Lake is characterized by blue-violet hues only possible in the most transparent natural waters. The lake is spring-fed from the glacial Lake Constance. This water is so clear that it's hard for a camera to capture. Hopefully the lake stays as clean and pure as it is today.
If they keep humans, and then you know when y'all get in the water, what y'all like to do? Y'all like to pee in the water. You know what I'm saying? It can't stay clean.
This site is truly one of a kind in a world that is quickly finding itself in need of sites just like this one. Number 1, Tristan da Cunha. This island is known as the island at the end of the world. The 6 by 6 mile volcanic island of Tristan da Cunha sits in the remote waters of the South Atlantic, about 1,500 miles from its nearest neighbor. It has no airport and can only be reached by a week-long trip by ship. Tristan is one of the most remote places in the world with one of the kindest communities. It was even said by locals that you can visit the pub, which is reminiscent of an English-style pub, get flat drunk, fall down on your way home, and someone will pick you up and carry you home. There's no fear of being mugged here. That's a pretty fantastic testament, and one where people can only dream. In a world always telling us there are bad things out to get us, it's a sign of relief that at least somewhere in the world, there's a place that people can actually get relief. Though it is remote, don't consider this place uncivilized. In fact, the opposite is true. These people have learned to live with one another despite their differences and live in relative peace. They've built a little town for themselves that comes with a pub, cafe, Wi-Fi, and shopping centers. Though it is remote, the people are connected.
Well, as you've heard throughout this video, Wi-Fi is important.
And involved with the community, a lesson that we all could learn. It's unfortunate that it's challenging to find clean places to add to this list, but hey, we did it. It's apparent many of these locations are protected by one simple rule: keep humans out. When the rule is abided by, nature can be conserved. Whether it's tribesmen or the local government, people need education and purpose to sustain our environment. People need to get involved. Humans do have an incredible capability to destroy, but also to create. We created this mess, we can undo it, but only when the whole take part. It took a massive sized human population to destroy our world. It'll take an equally sized, if not more significant one to fix it. If you enjoyed this video, smash that.
Yeah, that's what we do. We mess up, don't we? That's what we do. That's why they be trying to keep us out. You know what? You know there's one place that wasn't on here that was talked about? New York, where I'm from, New Jersey. It ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. I can't really speak for New York, but New Jersey, my city, it ain't happening, bro. It's rough. It's rough. And then those factories are like small. Yeah. Got a long ways to go. Shout out to all my New Jersey family and the New York people. But y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. We humans, we do damage, man. We do damage. But y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this amazing, incredible, crazy video, bro. The 15 rarest places on Earth that are extremely clean. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Till the next one, I'm gone. Peace.